What is up, guys? Media Master Menard here today, bringing you guys another video. I just got back from Incredibles 2. It was amazing. So without further ado, let's talk about the movie. First off, let's talk about the animated short that they put in before the movie. It was a little odd. It was about this woman who made a dumpling, and the dumpling turned out to have a personality and be able to walk and move around, and you saw the dumpling grow up and go through its whole entire life and move out of the house, and it was just kind of weird and odd, and I have to say I was a little confused on what was going on. Maybe I was missing the point, though. I thought it set a real weird tone before watching The Incredibles. It was kind of out there, but it didn't detract from the actual movie. So this movie picks up right where the last one left off, and the Incredibles are fighting the Underminer, and you get to see the crazy battle that ensues and how some people see other people's secret identity, and how the Underminer tears through the city and leaves a bunch of damage, and that kind of leads into how this movie starts off with they're going through like the Superman problem where so much damage has been done to the city that people are sick of superheroes. They have systems in place to deal with the damage that occurs from these villains. And there's also a Civil War aspect of should these heroes be legal? Should they be working? Should they be able to save people on their own accord? During this first fight scene, you get to see a lot of amazing animation from Pixar. They never let you down. Everything looks so silky smooth and even way better than the first movie animation-wise. It's just incredible to see how the technology for animation has advanced. So after the fight with the Underminer, the superheroes are painted in a bad light by the government, and that's when this businessman and his sister come forward to the Incredibles trying to change the image of superheroes and revive superheroes, as it were. They choose Elastigirl. They think she can do a real good job of keeping damages low and making the superheroes look very good. So this is where the movie really kicks off, and you get to see Elastigirl's adventures and what she's doing fighting the Screenslaver, and then you get to see Mr. Incredible back home taking care of all the housewife duties, as it were. And it's really interesting kind of to see their two roles reversed and see how they both react in these situations. I thought overall the Screenslaver arc was very good until you actually found out who the Screenslaver was, and then the villain becomes a little less intimidating or a little less cool, let's say. So I thought that was one flaw in the movie that really held it back. The Screenslaver was probably as cool as Syndrome was in the first movie, but then the actual person behind the Screenslaver was not, and I didn't like that as much. Even though I thought the movie had an overall weak villain, the Mr. Incredible storyline was great, and we got to see his character grow a lot. He learns what it means to be a real dad and deal with all the problems of his kids. He grows closer to all of them at the same time, and you get to see him struggle kind of, and Jack Jack is hilarious. He was done so well in this movie, and just kind of seeing all his powers and how crazy he is and how they can't control him even though he's a little baby is so cute. Violet and Dash haven't changed too much since the end of the first movie, but we still get to see them kind of trying to live a regular lifestyle, and at the same time they also ask some very hard questions such as, is it bad to be a superhero? Why are we illegal? And the parents really find a hard time answering that question properly, and they don't know, and that's part of the struggle of this movie and kind of the overarching plot of this movie. A lot of the characters from the first film showed up and actually added a lot to the movie. Edna showed up and deals with Jack Jack for a bit and kind of explains his powers to Bob. Seeing Jack Jack's reaction to her is also very funny. And of course you have Frozone, or Samuel L. Jackson. He steals the show this time around. He's in it quite a bit more than the first movie, and everyone loves him so much. People were clapping when he first showed up on the screen and started battling, and I just think he's one of the coolest characters in this movie overall. Overall, I thought the pacing was good. There was a couple moments with Elastigirl's mystery with the Screenslaver where I thought it could have been a little faster, but I think they did a great job of balancing Elastigirl's adventures with Mr. Incredible's adventures, quote-unquote, back home, and they did very well to balance them out and not let one or the other get too far out of mind. I think the writers did a good job of showing the character development for the family as a whole and making them much different at the end of the movie than they were at the beginning of the movie. It's kind of an interesting route to take with character development, but I thought it really paid dividends for them in the end. But what else can you expect? It's Disney. They know how to make good payoffs in movies, and they didn't fail this time. And speaking of payoffs, I think it was good that they didn't leave a cliffhanger at the end, and they kind of wrapped up the story nicely. They didn't make it like a huge big bad villain like the Underminer is coming up again to destroy the city. But that about wraps it up for my video. I just want to kind of get my thoughts out there and give my reactions. Like I said, I'm no reviewer, but overall I thought the movie was very good and a great movie actually, in fact, but I don't think it was as good as the first one, which was almost going to be impossible because the first one was such a classic and it was over 14 years ago that it was made, and it was just epic. But what about you guys? Did you guys like the movie, hate it? Do you think there should be a sequel? And do you think it was better than the first movie? Let me know the answer to those questions down in the comments below. And if you liked the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be bringing you guys more movies, TV, video game, and anime topics. My next video planned is an Octopath Traveler review or reaction to their demo that they put out. And then also next week I'm going to go see Jurassic World and put out another reaction video like this out. So until then, this is Master Menard signing off.